What is going on, Diablo 2 fans? Dabrunsky here. Today we're going to be rolling some classic Diablo 2 RNG. I have several ethereal polearm bases and we're going to socket them in the Horadric cube with the ultimate goal of trying to create that 4 open socket eth polearm base for that iconic runeword infinity. Now I will spend a little bit of time explaining the socketing process, then we'll socket all the polearms and then wrap up with the final results. But timestamps will be in the description below if you want to bounce back and forth between like the explanation or going through the process of socketing, whatever. They're there for you to use, so please take advantage of them. Anyways, guys, I really do hope you enjoy this video. Let's jump in.
You're too late.
So before I actually start rolling all of these eth polearms in the Horadric cube, there's 3 main points that I want to cover. And the first is that I do have a previously made video on my YouTube channel where I break down and rank all of the different polearm bases that you can use to craft the runeword infinity in. So refer to it if you want to know in greater detail why, for example, a giant thresher is preferred over a Colossus Vulge. But a quick summarization, ranking the best to least polearm, in my opinion, is that the giant thresher is best, followed by the Thresher, then the Great Poleaxe, the Cryptic Axe, and then the last base is the Colossus Vulge or the CV. So the second main point that I want to cover is the actual Horadric cube recipe that's required to add sockets to weapon bases. Now that recipe is a Ral rune, an Am rune, a perfect amethyst, along with a normal weapon base. Now I should note that it will work with a non-eth or an ethereal weapon base. Obviously, eth is preferred because it has a 50% damage bonus on the actual base itself compared to a non-eth counterpart. And since mercenaries don't actually use durability, it definitely makes sense to use an eth polearm, particularly for expensive armor like Infinity. Now, another note about the base is that a cracked version or a superior version will not work with this Horadric cube recipe. However, you can add sockets to superior bases using the Larzik socket quest. Now, one thing to note about that is that Larzik will add the maximum number of sockets that weapon base can actually have. So, 2 comparative examples: if you had a superior Great Poleaxe and you Larziked it, you would get 6 open sockets, which you obviously can't use to roll the Rumored Infinity. So you could roll something like a Breath of the Dying or Silence, but you're not going to get that desired 4 open sockets. But if you look at the Ethereal Colossus Vulge, if you find a superior polearm version of that, it has a maximum number of 4 open sockets, so Larzik will automatically add 4, and then you can roll the Rumored Infinity, and that's one of the common reasons why SCVs are used, is just because right off the bat, early in a ladder reset, if you have the runes to make Infinity, you get that eth polearm base instead of, or you get that eth CV, sorry, instead of taking the chance and rolling it in the Horadric cube and potentially failing and getting, less than the desired number of sockets. You can go straight to Larzik, use his Larzik quest, you'll get that automatic 4 open sockets, and then your base is ready to roll that runeword. The third and final point that I want to touch on briefly is just explaining how the game actually determines the number of sockets in the Horadric cube. So essentially, when you hit that transmute button, you're rolling a 6-sided dice. So if you roll a 1, you'll get 1 open sockets, 2, you get 2, 3, all the way up to 6, right? Now, I know what you're thinking. Well, what if you're rolling in the Horadric cube and you're rolling a CV and it can only roll 4 open sockets, the maximum like you just talked about with Larzik? Well, what will happen if you roll a 1, 2, 3, or 4, you'll get the corresponding number of sockets, 1, 2, 3, or 4. But then if you actually roll 4, 5, or 6, the game will revert back to the maximum number of sockets that polearm base can have. So the CV, for example, if you roll 4, you're going to get 4. You roll 5, it'll revert back to 4. And if you roll 6, it will revert back to 4 again, sorry. So you basically have a 50-50 shot of getting that 4 open sockets. And again, it's one of the few benefits to using the CV is that it is an easier base to roll that 4 open sockets in. I mean, whether you Larzik it or you take your chances rolling the Horadric cube. Because if you look at something like a giant thresher, it's going to roll 6 open sockets, so you have a 1 in 6 chance of getting the 4 versus a 3 out of 6 chance of getting the 4 on your CV. So now that I covered some of the basics regarding adding sockets to weapon bases, now we'll actually roll them and we'll take a chance here and hopefully we get lucky. It's going to be pretty bad if I don't get a single infinity base or 4 open socket base, sorry. Now I have 18 bases total here, so they're different assorted. Great poleaxes, threshers, giant threshers, that kind of thing. So you can see 4 here. I organized them really good for you guys because the last time I did a video like this, you guys kind of gave me a little bit of grief over not organizing it very well. So everything is tip-top, ready to go. There's Cryptic Axe, more giant threshers, there's CV. I have everything lined up, so I'm really hoping that I don't junk all of these bases. None of them are superior. They're all just plain bases. So yeah, let's cross our fingers here, guys, and let's just get to it. Great poleaxe number 1. Oh, nice. Okay. 4 open sockets right off the bat. Now the cool thing is that a lot of these, I don't have the wealth to make. I can make 1 or 2 more infinities, but I can't make 18 infinities. I don't have that kind of wealth. So 4 open socket bases like this, I can use to roll really nice insights. So that's a really nice base roll right at the start. The great poleaxe. Let's go with the thresher here. 3. Okay, so that's pretty much garbage. I think you can make the crescent moon in it. I'm not sure, but it's pretty much toast. It's junk. Now I'm really hoping I get 4 open sockets on a giant thresher here. That would be wicked. 1. So that's a total junker. Like, unless you're gonna Zod it and do something dumb. That's a total waste. Another great poleaxe. 2. Damn. So this is why it can be so frustrating when you're trying to roll that first infinity base or get that first 4 open socket base, sorry, because it can take you a while to find an F great poleaxe and to just junk. Like, these are 2 really nice bases. Like, the giant thresher is really top tier, and to roll 1 in it or 2 in the great poleaxe, that kind of sucks. But we'll go again here. Giant thresher, come on baby, let's get some good luck. 1 again. Ouch, that really... Oh man, 1 again. 4. Okay, so 6 bases now. We have another 4 open socket. My current infinity is actually in a thresher, so that's nice. We'll roll the junker CV. 2. It's another wasted base. Garbage. Cryptic Axe. 3. Okay, so junk. So far we're 8 bases in. We got 2 of them. 2 of them are worth keeping. Another thresher. 2. Junk. Cryptic Axe. Another 4. That's kind of interesting. My thought process with making this video was that out of 18 bases, I was only going to maybe get, 1 or 2, or actually going to roll 4, kind of, trying to demonstrate how hard it can be to get that 4 open socket base. And there's another one. Cryptic Axe is a bit better than the CV in terms of it has lower strength requirements, so it's 155 versus 200 for CV. Excuse me, so your merc can use it earlier. Let's use the socket, another CV base. Okay, 4 open sockets. I'll probably roll insights and all these CVs that are 4 open sockets. That's another one. That's 4. Another one that's 4. But like I mentioned, it's a lot easier to get 4 on a CV versus the other bases, because it's basically a 50-50 shot. Okay, now Giant Thresher, please give me 4. If we get 4 here, I will roll an infinity in this. 6. God. Guess you can make... Maybe I'll make silence in it just for the rumor grail. I don't know what to do with that. For sure. 3, junk again. Great poleaxe. 1, that hurts. Pressure. 2, that sucks. Okay, the final 2 bases. Cryptic Axe and a Great Poleaxe. Cryptic Axe. Another 4 open socket base, that's nice. And the Great Poleaxe, the last one. 3. Kind of, you know, okay results. Kind of hurts seeing that Giant Thresher get the 1 open socket though. And the 6 kind of sucks too. I don't know what I'm going to do with that, but kind of interesting. So I want to just wrap up the video by covering the results of all these socket quests. So we ended up with a total of 3 bases with 1 open socket. Now, unfortunately, there's not really anything of use. I mean, they're basically trash bases, so I'll just be charseeing them. We also had 4 bases with a total of 2 open sockets. Now, off the top of my head, the only runeword that I can think of that would be worth making would be Strength. It's a very budget runeword, but I mean, I guess it is an eth polearm base, so that is an option. Although Insight and any non-eth polearm is probably going to be better than making Strength, but it's an option, I guess. We had 4 bases as well with 3 open sockets. Now, I mean, I could make Crescent Moon, which is a decent runeword. 3 open sockets, has a little bit of ED and increased attack speed, but again, sounding like a broken record, something like Insight would be better. I was pretty surprised by this, 6 bases in total that rolled 4 open sockets. Now, a couple of them were really nice, Great Poleaxe and Threshers, so I was really happy with that. We had none of them rolled 5 open sockets, which was kind of disappointing. I was hoping to get maybe like a 5 open socket Great Poleaxe. I could roll like a really nice Obedience or even like Doom or Destruction just for the Rumor Grail, so that would have been nice. No luck there. And we wound up with 1 base rolled 6 open sockets. That was the Giant Thresher. Now, off the top of my head, 2 runwords that I could think of rolling in that base would be Breath of the Dying or Silence. Now, I'd have to actually do the math and break things down with the increased attack speed calculator, but I'm pretty sure that a Warpike or a Great Poleaxe is a more optimal base to make Breath of the Dying versus a Giant Thresher. I think that the 60 increased attack speed on the Breath of the Dying runeword is more suited towards bases that are a little bit slower, that have more damage, and then the 60 increased attack speed kind of makes up for it versus a Giant Thresher, which attacks very fast. Well, guys, there you have it. That is my socketing polearm bases for Infinity episode. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did like this style of video, I can do further episodes like e-bugging armors and that kind of thing, just rolling the dice. It's kind of Diablo 2 RNG, so hopefully, yeah, you guys liked it. If you could throw a like on it, share this video, I'd really appreciate it. And even consider subscribing if you're new to my Diablo 2 YouTube channel. Post new weekly content, and I stream on a regular basis as well, so there's always new stuff to look forward to from this channel. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for the support. Really does mean a lot, and I hope you guys have a good one. Peace out.